right, here we are streaming live on Thursday, September 20th. We got QAnon Post, a bunch of new ones. Rally is posting from the rally as well in Las Vegas. And it's talking about power to the people is this theme of this. And this guy's shirt actually says, keep calm and QAnon. So QAnon showed up in Las Vegas rally today. And nobody's gonna come on live yet, so if you are listening to this, you're listening to the recording. And the only way you're going to listen to me live ever is you have to have the little bell to the right of the subscribe button highlighted to say all notifications, and then all your notifications need to be coming to your front screen for YouTube. All right, got a bunch of people coming on. South Dakota, and we got greetings from the UK. All right. What is that? Waznamonda, I guess it is. Pittsburgh, and we got Cleveland, Harold from Cleveland and Brian from Pittsburgh. Appreciate you guys coming on. Got Hurricane from Texas and Terry from Longview. Wow. Whoa, there's a bunch of people just came on and started scrolling really fast. So thank you guys so much for joining me live. Again, we're talking about QAnon, September 20th. Power to the people, Trump rally. And at the rally, this guy has his hat on as well as a shirt that says, keep calm and QAnon. I think it's a cool theme here. Keep calm, because God is in control. Trump's in control. Q's in control. It's going to get really bad, I believe. But you know what? We are not to be anxious about anything according to Philippians 4, 6, and 7, right? So let's dig into the QAnon post right now. And we saw a whole bunch of them come through over the last 3 or 4 days. And the 19th, the last one, remember he had a Q&A session, and it actually loaded the server down last night, and to the point where 4,012 IPs were on there, 412,000 people trying to ask Q questions, and he answered like 5. So not a very good chance that your question's going to get answered, but he answered some big ones, right? So we'll get into that in a little bit, but let's get into today's post. This first one talked about a YouTube connection that was talking about 1335. It talks about James Baker testifying against Comey. Panic in D.C., right? So this is interesting, 2226. So it's talking about one he posted all the way from the 11th, which is really interesting because on the 11th is when we got to know about it, right? 9 days ago, panic in D.C., James Baker testifying against Comey, Q. And then we hear 9 days later, on the 20th, we hear Joe DiVincenzo on Hannity talking about it here in the 1335, or maybe it was Laura Ingraham. I think it was Laura Ingraham. So see, I had it queued up on this window right here. So here it is, and that's 1335 during it was the Ingraham angle. And here, listen to this carefully.
As I've been saying for 2 years, there was a brazen plot to illegally exonerate Hillary Clinton in the email case, and then if she lost, to frame Donald Trump. And that is exactly what these texts are about. Whether or not Mr. Strzok and Lisa Page and others are indicted is certainly a question people can debate. But let me just say, I know that there is a grand jury underway. Testimony is being taken about Strzok, Page, McCabe, and others involved in this case, and the reason we know it is that James Baker, the former general counsel of the FBI, has turned state's evidence and is fully cooperating with the Inspector General and with the federal grand jury. I can assure you, Mr. Comey has been very silent in recent weeks, and the reason is very simple. He knows he's going to be indicted.
Wow, pretty explosive on a Friday night.
So that is big. I mean, so you're talking about exclusive report there 9 days after we got to know about it, though, right? That is the cool part about QAnon, is that while everybody else is watching the news and the mainstream media and getting 80% false information, probably even a large part of Fox News, as we know, is a bunch of disinformation. We found out about this 9 days ago. Now, he did give some more details there. Comey's going to be indicted, that Baker turned state's evidence isn't fully cooperating. Those are big terms, big news, and great news for us to know that not only are another proof for Q, and we're getting inside information of the biggest intelligence dump in history, right? We're also getting just to have a front row seat at the most important time in our history, I believe. And so that was 2226, and then we move on to 2227. Got 10-minute delta, another proof coming in here, less than 1. It says, ever wonder how that is possible? So if you actually look at the again, Q tweets versus these side by sides that come out all the time. Exactly when Q actually drops and Trump tweets, there's sometimes 1 minute difference or 10-minute differences, right? And this one was talking about Jay Weber NJ is running for Congress in the 11th District of New Jersey. He is outstanding in every way, strong on borders, loves our military and our vets, big crime fighter. Jay has my full and total endorsement. And that was at 12:30 on September 20th. So they're just, Anon's starting to capture all this now, and talking about the 10-minute delta. And I'm not going to get into that because there's a side-by-side coming up that you'll see at a later time. But these are the exciting things we're getting from QAnon here. And I want to go to this other window and talk to you about a little bit about privacy, guys, because this is getting big. Actually, it is in this window here. Is that we are actually seeing a ton of this happening with, as you know, the LifeLog story, right, and Facebook, and I've just been learning a lot about how easy it is to track my traffic when I'm on my phone, and people can actually see what websites I go to, right, and also there's just no privacy on your laptop, your Mac, PC, tablet. They all use the same IP address. So your network equipment in your house, if you have a Wi-Fi, has one IP address. And that's not good because now you've got LifeLog here, right, which just got killed the same day that Facebook started. So not only are they tracking you, even if you killed Facebook, they can still track this IP and your address. So unless you really trust your internet service provider and really can protect against things, you really need to be able to change that IP address to mask who you are. Then they can't check your traffic. And there's really bad VPN providers out there that try to do this, virtual private network, which will hide that actual number that tracks you, that can track you real easy to your house. They literally know, if they saw, like if I showed you my IP address, somebody could actually find my house. That's a really good with computers because there's one IP address and everybody in here in Wi-Fi gets that one IP address, right? And here's a story about Facebook violating Apple's data gathering rules. So they were getting a VPN out, it was going to those certain Facebook servers so they could gather even more data on you. That's the way these criminals work, right? And so it's really important to be able to change that IP address. And I showed you guys a little bit last time, and I want to show it one more time. So here's part of my IP address right now. I have Virtual Shield on right here. And look how easy this is. I can just disconnect this. And when I disconnect that, it disconnected. And now if I refresh this IP chicken, and you can go check your own on your mobile phone, your tablet, everything. Just go to ipchicken.com, and you can go see your own IP address. Now here's my official one, 47187. That is the one that my whole Wi-Fi in the house uses, that one IP address, and that way they can track all my traffic if from that one IP. They know where that is. They don't know my home address, as well as being able to so if you want to browse privately, let's say you're going to vote.com, you don't want people to know you're going there. You don't want to know people are going to reddit.com, or you're going to the 8chan boards. If you don't want people to know that, or other sites that you go to, or you just want privacy, if it changes the IP all the time, they won't be able to track you, right? And that's what Virtual Shield does. So now watch this. I'm going to go to connect, and then this is going to connect. I'm connecting to Dallas